Macron Manhandled. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Emmanuel Macron's office has admitted that his wife Brigitte hit him during a row after footage showed the First Lady appearing to push his face away as their plane touched down in Vietnam. Video of the incident, shot by the Associated Press news agency in Hanoi on Sunday evening, shows the French president's plane door opening to reveal him. His wife Brigitte's, or maybe we should call her Brigitte, arms then emerge from the left of the open doorway as she places both hands on her husband's face and gives it a shove. The president appears startled but quickly recovers and turns to wave through the open door. She remains concealed by the aircraft body, making it impossible to see her facial expression or body language. The couple then proceed down the staircase for the official welcome by Vietnamese officials, although Brigitte Macron does not take her husband's arm that's offered to her. Macron's office initially denied the authenticity of the images. Now, pausing there, and we'll look at the video in a moment, Emmanuel Macron is a narcissist. And the fact that this took place and has been reported on is naturally a threat to his control. It's challenge fuel. People are talking about him. That's not a problem. But it doesn't make him look good because it shows, first of all, some form of marital disharmony. And secondly, as the French president, having somebody shove your face when you're on an official visit undermines you somewhat. It causes people to question what on earth is going on in your relationship if that is what is happening before you step off a plane and is witnessed by people. Accordingly, the fact that it occurred and was filmed was a threat to control, and so what happens? Macron ensures the first line of the twin lines of the narcissistic defense, which is denial. And if you'd like to understand about what those twin lines are, watch my video, The Twin Lines of the Narcissist Defense. It's very important work. Thus, a denial is issued, but it soon becomes clear that the denial cannot be maintained, that one cannot say it's not authentic because it was reported by the Associated Press news agency, who were simply pointing their cameras as they would do towards his jet, and they record the incident. They've no agenda, and out it goes across the internet and mainstream media. Thus, they were then confirmed as genuine because it was impossible for the maintenance of a denial to hold any credible weight. Instead, a close associate of the president later described the incident as a couple's harmless squabble. So it's played down, that nothing to see here. It's all okay. The official denied that it showed an argument between the couple, who have been married since 2007. It was a moment when the president and his wife were relaxing one last time before the start of the trip by having a laugh. It was a moment of closeness, the official said. Well, it was certainly close because her hands were very close to his face because they shoved his face. And it's been passed off as just having a laugh. Another member of his entourage played down the significance of the incident. It was a moment when the president and his wife were decompressing one last time before the start of the trip by joking around, the second source told reporters. It's a moment of togetherness. No more was needed to feed the mills of the conspiracy theorists, blame shifting. The source added, blaming pro-Russian accounts for negative comments about the incident. Well, that might be true. There might be pro-Russian accounts passing negative commentary on the incident. But let's have a look at the video so you can make your own mind up about what you see. Here it is. Well, you see the hands, they come forth, they shove his face, so we know that happened. What we don't know is what the motivation of his wife was. Was it playfulness? Was she annoyed with him? Had he got a little bit of brie stuck to his face and she was seeking to knock it away before he met the Vietnamese? Judging by his response, he looks startled that she's done this, so he wasn't expecting it, which suggests that playfulness isn't actually accurate. Instead, what he does do is he recovers his composure remarkably quickly as he realizes that he is being seen through the open door and gives a wave. He then moves towards her. As Macron is a narcissist, what do we face here? Well, her initial placing of hands upon him is a threat to control, albeit challenge fuel because she's reacting to him. It also means that his threat to control is witnessed by the outside world, amplifying it. The type of narcissist that he is means that he's not going to turn round and punch and kick her in full view of everybody else, unlike a less evolved narcissist might do. No, that would never do. Instead, he brushes it off, turning with a wave, as if to say, nothing to see here. And as I've explained, his office first of all denied the event as being authentic, and then when it was recognised that could no longer be maintained, put out the line, it was just playfulness. It was bants, in effect, between him and his wife. You'll notice that after she does it, he walks towards her, and undoubtedly he will have made it plain that she was out of order. He won't have advanced towards her saying, "Mon chéri, what is wrong?" Oh no. He will have made it clear, undoubtedly, with a particular stare, that that would not be tolerated, and to tell herself to get herself in line as they were about to step outside. You'll notice as they do so, she doesn't remain in the aircraft in a huff or in a sulk. She follows him, doing as has been instructed and is expected of her. This incident is soon resolved by Macron by ensuring that the facade of all being well is exhibited. He exits and offers his arm. She doesn't accept it, which will cause wounding to him, but he has such a high level of control over his ignited fury, he can simply shrug it off and walk down the stairs, making it look like nothing has happened. He takes all of this in his stride, which is what you would expect with a narcissist of his school, that he wouldn't be particularly ruffled by it. There's a moment of being startled because he was surprised by what she did, but you'll notice the swiftness of his recovery, where he immediately snaps in by maintaining the facade and turning and waving, that he advances towards her, undoubtedly to assert control over her once again. She threatens the control by not taking his arm, but yet again, he ensures that that doesn't last for long. He doesn't turn and start arguing with her. She doesn't shove him down the steps. They proceed down the steps together. It is an interesting example of a public threat to his control, and one which, whilst the explanation given is not especially credible, for it doesn't look like playfulness given his reaction, what is interesting is that it merely causes a slight ruffle in his extreme need for control as a consequence of him being startled. 2 incidents of threat to control: laying of hands upon him, the manhandling of him, and the failure to take his arm. But he takes it all in his stride, which is commensurate with his greater status. That undoubtedly he will be thinking all manner of awful things about her, but he maintains the outward appearance with consummate ease, as you would expect for a narcissist of his ilk. An interesting example of how even a greater narcissist can be momentarily startled by the behaviour of somebody. However, the recovery is swift and the maintenance of the facade is soon reinstated. An interesting example. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for watching.